It's Super Saturday, the show where we discuss all things super and awesome. And today, I am so tickled and thrilled to present something both super and awesome.
Are you pregnant?
You're gonna be the best mom in the world.
We're gonna be the best uncles ever.
The more I look at you, the less I know. And the less I know, the more scared I am.
Give up the child, or your world will be marked for death.
I am not giving him up. We will face this together as a family. It has to be us.
Hang on, Sue! It's time.
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. See the biggest movie of the summer in IMAX. Get tickets now. Rated PG-13.
Just came out of the theater not even an hour ago, and let me tell you, this was a treat. This was a welcome bit of cinema from a Hollywood that's been a bit more miss than hit lately. But enough of that. I'm going scriptless again, more or less. Just like my review of Gunn Superman, I got some talking points, but not so much an official script. So I figure I'll dive into the negatives first, because as cinema sins has taught us, no film is without sins. First and foremost, if you are an action junkie or you have a 6-second attention span, you might find this movie rather boring. It's not aimed at that crowd. This movie takes its time building up characters, showcasing them, showing who they are and what they've done, and it does so through showing and not telling. The dialogue is tight. It doesn't drag, but there are several points that require dialogue, and they're not delivered during a fight scene. So, there's going to be some talkie-talkie. Now, this movie does have fight scenes, and it absolutely does, and absolutely mind-blowing action scenes in general, but the action and the fighting aren't the point. So, if you go in looking for Deadpool and Wolverine, you're going to be disappointed. A second negative for some would be that, spoiler alert, Galactus does not get to devour the planet. I know, y'all were hoping for a global extinction, but it didn't happen. Sorry. Anyway, maybe a possible third negative, and I mentioned this just in passing, was that there is a post-credit scene where what's obviously supposed to be Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom he's huddled over baby Franklin, and Sue's just like, get away from my baby. But it was creepy. I didn't particularly care for it. That's a minor personal gripe, but I was just like, I don't know, I don't like this. It's not good. I know they had to showcase that to set up, Avengers Doomsday, but felt like it could have been done maybe a little better. But it's a minor gripe that has absolutely nothing to do with this film. It's a post-credit scene that was just tacked on to, tease another movie. So, but now on to the positives, of which there are many. The cast, like the dialogue, is tight, and I mean tight. You have the Fantastic Four, you have Herbie, the robot assistant, you have a lady that handles their liaison type of activities, you have the TV host, you have Galactus and Shalabal, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and the Mole Man too. That's it. That's the cast, and that's absolutely all it needs to be. You don't need this bloated cast of 700 people to tell the story. It was refreshing. Um, but every character drives the story forward, and this movie is absolutely character driven, and I love that. Everything that is introduced and everything is paid off, and there are no loose ends, no elements introduced purely for fan service, as far as I could tell, just tight, very tight, self-contained, as a story should be. In fact, it's really a film about just the four main characters, to be honest. Every problem introduced is because of, who they are and what they do, and it's introduced and resolved within the film. I love that. Actors all did a bang up job. Nobody was weak, even the supporting cast. Every character had a very clearly defined personality, remained consistent throughout the movie. Production value was very high and it showed. Excellent special effects. However, I would give the sound effects team the highest marks. The various sounds used for space stuff and superpowers and Herbie's voice and Shalabal's voice and all that, just a perfect job. Bravo to them. And I'm somebody who enjoys the sounds like modulated voices, robot voice, like we called it in the 80s. I love that stuff. Can't get enough of it. So it was really nice. This was really really tight. All the retro futurism is spot on. It is fantastic. Is I like even Galactus and his super advanced, his cosmic technology and such. It was grounded in the physical and the real. You can touch it. It's right there. It obeys the laws of physics and so on and so forth. And it's just, oh, they did. They committed to this. It's the Wikipedia said it was set in 1960, and they committed to this late 50s, early 60s aesthetic. The wife and I are huge buffs of that period of time throughout the 60s and a little bit into the 70s. So it was a treat for she hasn't seen it yet, but I'm going to drag her to see it because it's that good. And it was a treat for anybody who's been a scholar of those kind of set pieces and the way people walked and talked and interacted with each other and the prevailing consciousness of the time, and how TV was important, radio was important. Not everybody didn't have information instantly, and so on and so forth. It set itself in that era, and it just rolled around and it just wallowed in it and did a great job of it. So that was excellent. But really, really coming away from this movie, I'm left with a handful of words rattling around in my empty brain. Words like heartfelt and earnest and touching and warm and hopeful. This film is 100% a love letter to Lee Kirby, First Family, and all the labors of love that came after Wade Waringo, etc. This film was crafted with love, and it shows. But I'm not going to sit here and spoil the plot or carry on for several minutes about the minutia. It's a film that has a specific audience, and if you're in that audience, you're going to adore this movie. Me personally, I want the extended edition. I want the director's cut. I want all of it. I want posters. I want soundtrack. Everything. I want everything. I want toys and everything. This movie is 100% Marvel's First Family, and that's really the theme and story of it all. Family, what brings us together. And I love that, and I love this. And 5 stars from me, folks. Just 5 star. But go out and watch it for yourselves. Don't just take my word for it. A wonderful story for a fantastic family. But that's all I got for now. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you get out there and watch yourselves a good movie, read a comic book, roll some dice, play a good game, make some memories, drink some water, try to stay cool, and as always, have a good one.